Hey everyone, Mac is back, and today we're going to talk about refinement drop rates and approximately how often if you're looking for PvP stats, that they will actually, when you roll them, the chances of you rolling on the exact one that you want. So let's get to it. So refinement is one of the best areas to be able to get some stats and to get a lot of good stats. There you can do quite a bit with PvP, and it's exceptional. I mean, you're talking about rally size, army size. You're talking about your troop attacks, your troop health. You're not going to get defense for the most part. Your total attacks are in there, or your totals are in there. Your reductions are in there as well. You can see what I do. I mean, I don't recommend it for everybody to have the exact same thing. Depending on, if you're a lower spending account, you're going to want something that's a little more specific to your troop type than to try to waste it on total attack. But at the same time, they're always nice to have. So, and you can always switch it up. Once you get this maxed out, you can start re-rolling however you want to re-roll. So based on how you're happy. Like, for instance, the rally size expansion, not everybody's going to have that because you're not a rally leader, and especially if you're a lower to maybe a mid spender, but a lower spender to mid spender or free to play, you're not going to be a rally leader, so that one's going to be completely moot and you're not going to want to be able to use it at all. But what I do want to tell you is that there are specific things that drop rates in here based on experimentation about just rolling how many times to go through these and what you're going to be able to accomplish. And when it comes to the troop health, you're gonna get it. It's gonna get the troop health actually quite often for the most part here. So if you're a lower spender and you have, your front line is infantry, cavalry, or spear, depending on which one you want, then you're about 6% of the time you're going to be able to get you're going to get that health, and that's only about 15 to 20 of the watchstones. So that's actually really good. Because 15 to 20 of those to be able to get your health, I mean, you'll be able to do that very quickly. So that's really nice. When it comes to the troop attack, and I'm not going to mention the defense because who really gets defense? If you get let's say who gets it, but you're not going to be getting defense when it comes to the refinement. But the attacks are about 0.5% to 1%, so very low. But at the same time, still a lot higher than some of these other ones I'm going to talk about as well. So if you are trying to get, say, an infantry attack or a cav attack or a spear attack, it's about 1%. So if you roll it 100 times, you get it 1 maybe out of 100 that you'll be able to do it. So that kind of gives you an idea of how many compared to the health, which was 15 to 20 stones to roll to get one of those. So a little bit different there as well. When it comes to one of the most rare rolls that you're going to get is obviously the total attack. I think we all kind of know this. I think I've heard people roll thousands of times and be able to not get these total attack because it's very difficult. And the rate that it approximately goes to is about 0.1%. So that's saying that if you roll 1,000 times, you'll get it once out of 1,000 times. So you may roll it 2,000 times and not get it at all, but then all of a sudden you may get a couple of them within the next few rolls because it's kind of making up for that percentage. So that's the rarest one, is a 0.1%, which is, like I said, about 1,000 of those watchstones. And when you're talking about total health and total defense, total health is about 3 times more likely to get than total attack. You're probably not going to use these too much, though, the health and defense too often, just because there are better stats to be able to get in here than these ones, unless you have I guess maybe a type of specific account that you really want to do it with. But the total health is about 3 times as much as the total attack, and the defense is about 5 times more likely than the total attack. Now, when we look at the reductions, so the health, attack, and defense reduction, each one of these is about 0.2%. Excuse me. So about twice as likely to get one of these reductions than you are a total attack. It's about twice as much, which is actually really good if you think about it, because I say really good, but I mean, if you're talking total attack of 1,000 to get one of these, where you're talking 500 to get an attack reduction, I can get 2 reductions for every 1 attack, which is nice. Now the last one I want to talk about is the rally size expansion and the army size. So those are about 1% a piece. So you're about 10 times more likely to get either one of these compared to a total attack. So that's also not too bad as well. So if it takes you 1,000, 1,000 of the stones to be able to get a total attack, then you're looking at about 100 to get the army size or rally size expansion. And like I said, these are all approximate estimates because without me sitting here and like you see I have 1,769 of the wash stones. Without me sitting here and re-rolling those over and over and over again, or well, I don't have enough to even do it, but I mean, even if I did all of those, I would probably need about 1 million of them to get some kind of like severe baseline of where you're where each one is going to be. And there could be a possibility that they're slightly off, like say maybe a troop attack, for instance, like a bow attack or something. Maybe that is actually not a 0.5% to 1%. Maybe it's actually 1% to 2% or something. Maybe it's a little bit more. So because each one could be a little bit different than the other. Specifically for say like most people aren't bow attack, so that might be a lot easier to be able to get there. Or maybe people are a lot of bow attack and they may change, they may nerf it, they may increase it. It just kind of depends. And don't forget, this auto shuffle down here is very, very nice to use. Just make sure you don't use it on the browser, because if you use it on the browser, it's going to skip over. I've done it many times with on the browser. It's going to skip over whatever one you're going that you actually want to get. So just be careful of that. I don't want you to use all your stones, get to a total attack, and it skips right over, and then you wasted all those stones on that. So I hope this gives you a little idea of how to use the refinement, and if you need to re-roll something, how long it may or may not take you. Like I said, these are kind of just rough estimates. But until next time, Mac out.